GunninGamerz here. Got a great video for you today. We're going to do the Farming Sim 19 shop tour. Now, I do apologize that this is the very first Farming 19 video that we've put out, but I wanted to cover it because a lot of people are asking about the stuff that's going to be in the game. And since we have early access as one of Giant's preview partners, I figured I'd do y'all the favor as we did back in Farm 17 and get one of these videos done. Now, this is going to be largely an unedited version, so I'm going to try to speed through it as quickly as I can so that we can get this uploaded. I do want to remind you that we are live streaming all weekend over on Twitch as well as after the game's released, and we're going to be streaming this game the next 2 years. So if you ever have any questions on anything that you see today, do feel free to come over and ask, because I have no problem with showing you in greater detail in the game during the live streams. Our channel is twitch.tv/GunninGamerz. The links are all down in the description below. We do have different way of searching about in here, and that is just clicking on these tabs by hitting, of course, the P, just like in all the other Farming Sim versions. You hit P and it brings you into the store page. So you can search by brands if you'd like, and I will just scroll through here. You can pause the video at any time if you want to look a little closer. We're just going to kind of scroll through here fast. I don't want to make this video too long, and there is quite a bit of content to cover. So that's kind of taking us through all the different brands. And there's the end. I almost thought we were scrolling through again. There's just so many brands in here now. Yeah, there it is a little bit faster. So back to the beginning pretty much right there. There we go. Now we're at the beginning. So the way you're probably going to want to go and look for things is going to be clicking on these tabs here. Basically, everything with an engine is going to be in this tab. Everything else in this tab. We've got the objects right here and then the placeables. So let's start out in the small tractors and we'll move down the list. So the small tractors that are in here, and you can pause again the video at any point to see what you want to see. We're just going to scroll through each one. Some of these I'll actually go into and we'll look at the different features, but again, trying to keep the video short. So you've got the Fendt 300 Vario, the Valtra N series. The Valtras are well known for the amount of things you can put on. In the actual store, this is where you can look at the vehicle and actually move around and look at it from different angles. You've basically got, again, the Valtra's got probably more options than a lot of the tractors, but you can do the different colors. One thing you'll see here that's going to be convenient is if you wanted to, for instance, make your Valtra look like a John Deere, you can actually do that right down to a T by choosing John Deere green and John Deere yellow. Or if you wanted to make it look like a Case IH, you could probably put on some gray wheels and add the actual Case IH red. So all the front end loaders and things like that, they all have that option when you're painting to actually get the exact color to match. So that should be very convenient for everybody. Different tires that you have here, these are going to be really nice in the yard. Like if you're going to keep this at a biogas or something, it's not going to be like a tractor out working in the fields. You could put those, but that's your choice. So you got the Trelleborg, and I might be mispronouncing a lot of brands today, so do forgive me. But the Nokian, you've got those for the two different choices. And in the Trelleborg, you'll have a lot of different choices. The other tire brand that's in here is the Michelin, and those are going to be seen in some of the other tractors. So wheel setup, just going to click through. Again, you can pause the video, wide tires, weights. You've got the little, the big tires rather on the back here, and the narrow tires. There we go. We got the narrows, standard. So just cycling through, having all the weights and different things. Engine setup. Just pretty much going to be used to that from Farming 17 if you played it. You can see the power options there and the front loader attachment on certain tractors. So there is a total of 4 options for each tractor type or vehicle type, but a lot of these will be grayed out because not all of them can have front loader and not all of them have engine options and things like that. So we'll just jump back right here and we'll go down to the medium tractors. Basically, we've got the 7200 Pro Series, T6, Maxim, Profi here. We've got the 6M from the John Deere. And we got this one. That was in 17, I believe. Valtra T Series, which is kind of a Swiss Army knife of a tractor too. A lot of options. And then scrolling through the list. can see them all here. John Deere 6R series. So there you go. Again on the medium. Since the John Deere have been asked so much about, we'll just check those options out real quick. You can do the engine setup. Front loader on this one. It's going to be one of your larger front loader tractors too at 300 horsepower. And then you got the wide tires. Got that option, the twin wheels, rear twins. There you go, wheel weights. Wide tires and wheel weights. We'll just get a little different view. There you go. There's a difference there. And standard. Again, you can get a front loader mount that'll actually work with that. So should be pretty nice. So jump back again from that. And I do want to take one look at the Valtra because I think it has the... No, maybe it doesn't. We get up to the bigger tractors, I think we'll have the Michelin. We'll see plenty of the Michelin. All right, so large tractors now. 7R series. There's your Optum. T7. Got the Steyr. Going over to the Dutes, and this is the only Dutes that's in the game now. Just think back to Farming 2011 when the whole game was Dutes. The Massey, the T8, got the 900, the S-Series Valtra, the 8R series, the JCB Fast Track, Magnum. There's your Vario, your Fendt, and the 8R. That's the tracked version. And your Challenger 700, the Fendt Vario, T9, going through the 800, the 900 from Challenger, Fendt 11. I haven't even got to check that one out yet. And then your quad track. Big Bud is not in here, but everybody's been saying it's going to be a day one mod that's going to be right on Giant's website. So it sounds like Big Bud will be in the game, but it's just not, it's not built into the game right now. Be able to get it as a mod. So we'll just look at these track version, and you've got engine options, and then you've got the setup. And a lot of the tracked vehicles I've noticed have that, where you can put the 3 meter or standard. I think all of them have it. Again, don't quote me on that, but from what I've seen, they all do. Some of these will, yeah, there's just engine stuff there. This one, I know I can't cover everything today. Be nice to, but we'd have a 2-hour long video. And that's why you should come over to the Twitch stream and we can take a look at all this. There you go. So you can see the different wheel options on that. Trying to think of something else. People will want to see this one as well. Okay, come on, I'm clicking on the button here. Different engine option. Configuration, you've got the different weight types. There's a bunch of the tractors that have that. You can actually see the tractor reacting to the weight right in the shop. And they definitely react out of the shop too. So 3 meter, again standard. And one of the other tractors that'll be very popular obviously is the 8R. So here's those tire options. Basically you got the Trelleborg. Again, sorry for mispronouncing that. Yeah, there's your Michelin. So kind of just showing the difference there, the two different tires. All right. And if you go with the Michelin, you can do the wides. You can also do the twin wheels. And this is going to be different for the different tractors, but rear twins, standard. So again, just cycling through. Go with this one. I think there's a few more options. There you go. Just cycling through all the different configurations there. And of course you got engine options and things like that. So that's going to basically cover you up as far as the tractors go. I haven't even looked into this one. Yeah, you can do like twin wheels. And the 900 might be if we scroll back over. I haven't looked at this one yet myself. Got different engine options. Wheel weights. Yeah, you can do doubles. You can even do triples. I don't remember that being in Farm 17, but I could be wrong. So many features that you can choose from there. By the looks of it, the JCB is going to give you the different tire options as well. Michelins usually don't have as many, but these ones you'll get a few more. So I go with a little bit of a wide tire. So it just depends on the machine. Again, we could probably spend an hour just in the tractor section. So if you want to see something in more detail, just come over to the Twitch stream. Trucks, I know that a lot of people are going to wonder. I haven't seen any options in any of the trucks. Again, pause the video if you want. But we'll just click on these. You do have... Okay, this one has... Yeah, some of them will have a lizard option. Maybe it's just this truck. Go with like a highway. I've not heard a lot about lizard tires. Are they pretty good? But Trelleborg right there. And yeah, you could change rim color and stuff like that. Now, again, going back, if you wanted to have a John Deere farm, you were big on, or Case IH, whatever, Fendt, you could definitely do that. You could paint all your things to look John Deere if you wanted to do that. So options are always a good thing. You've got the Lizard Hulk. I have not found a way to lower that third axle, but I can tell you that if you bump the wheels like going over a log or railroad tracks, those wheels will start spinning. But I haven't found a way to lower them yet. They always seem to stay up. Maybe that's something going to get built in. Again, if you wanted to have a Case IH farm or something, there you go. Match your tractor. No options otherwise. And then last but not least, you've got the Roadrunner, which has got the cab on it, the sleeper rather. So that should cover us up on the trucks. And moving on to harvesters, you've got several choices over here as well. Just going to click through. There we go. Let's do this so you can see everything you want to see. Pause the video if you need to. Got the smaller John Deere. Moving through. Rosselmash. I know I don't say that one right, so I do apologize. We don't have that brand here. I've never seen in Wisconsin, but there's your John Deere, your Case, New Holland, and the AGCO. The AGCO is the new king daddy of farming 19, I guess, as far as storage. You can store up to 17,000 versus 14.5 on the John Deere, the Case, and the New Holland. But the thing is this has a smaller header by like 1 meter, 1.5 meters. So a little bit smaller header, bigger grain capacity for storage. The one thing you can do here with the AGCO is put Massey Ferguson, Fendt, Challenger stickers on it. And you can do the same thing, or decals rather, you can do the same thing with the actual headers. So, but as far as colors go, they come in only one color, and you've got the different engine options depending on what you're gonna go with there. So I don't think there's any options other than the back tires. You can do like a wider between the Michelin and the Trelleborg. You can do on that one. And then the John Deere, many fans will like this. They give you a lot of options with the John Deere. You'll be able to put on the wide tires. So the standard wide, crawler tracks, and the twin wheels. So, you know, depending on your liking. So some of them will let you just do the back wheel and so on and so forth. I'm not sure about this guy here. I haven't even looked at that. Look at that, how it kind of beefs it up. So there's all of the harvesters. Now we're going to move down to the Forage Harvesters. Again, you've got these three, and here's the specs on them. I haven't even looked at this one yet. Just the wide tire option. I think the Big X1180 is going to be a few more here. Yeah, got the Michelin. Oh, the Midas. The Midas. Is that how you say that? So, again, I'm poor with names. I do apologize. Okay, so it looks like got the wide tire option. Standard and wide for each of the brands. There you go. And then the pipe. I'm not sure, other than money, why you wouldn't want to always go long pipe. That way you can get into those bigger trailers, but it's basically the extension there. So that's what you're going to get on those. Potato, we never had potato before. The automatic harvester. Potatoes we did, obviously, but not the harvester, not the automatic. So this should be welcome. And there it is. Get to see it there in store. And we're going to drop out of that. And we're going to cut over to the beet technology. A lot of this you'll recognize from Farm 17, and some of it was that Ropa, from the Ropa DLC rather. Yeah, there we go. We got the Ropas and the Homers. And as far as these things go, I don't recall there being too many, or if there, I don't think there was any options other than tires. Yeah, wheel setup is always standard, so you could choose your brand if you want to. Not sure if that would be a big deal for a lot of people, but There is another piece that matches these. It's in a miscellaneous or something like that. The thing that picks up. Sugarcane Harvester, standard and trailer hitch. Okay. So we had that in the Platinum DLC, now included. Cotton technology. Nothing to change here, but again, new stuff for farming 19. And there it is. We'll be doing a bunch of this weekend on Twitch, so make sure you're getting over there to watch. So jumping back out of that, we're going to go to forestry technology. And we've got this truck here with no options other than color. So if we wanted to match all of our John Deere or something. You've also got the Komatsu. These folks worked with giants here to get their stuff in the game, so there you go. We'll go ahead and look at the end here. They all have pretty much the same option as far as the wheels and the tracks. So let's just skip through and we'll go and look at them on the Scorpion. There's the Buffalo. Those are kind of the same type of machine there. You've also got the Sampu. I always call it the Shamu or the shampoo, but I know it's not. So Komatsu over here and the Scorpion King. So these are all nice pieces of equipment here to use. And right here, you've got the different options. So you can go with tires, one brand of tires. And then you've got the wheel brands. And I'm sorry, in your wheel brand, you've got the tracks. Everybody's been asking me, why are the tracks blue? Is that a graphical glitch? No, this company really makes them blue like that in real life. And go look up the videos on YouTube. So that's not some crazy thing. I know it does look different. But anyway, you've got the different track options. And I'm going to zoom in. And this is on all those machines there. So EcoTrack, the Baltic, X, Kavik, which maybe is more for like a marsh. I know on a frozen ground in real life, you would not want these. These would be horrible because they would slide really bad. But in a marshy where you're trying to float, these would be very important. So Magnum, something like that with a nice bar, that would be good on a frozen ground. You wouldn't slide quite as much, and it's even got little spikes on there. So those are the different options that you have, and I think it's more or less personal choice as far as visual looks. I don't think it's going to give you an edge up in the game, but I could be wrong. So then we'll jump back to animals, and you've got this guy. I think it's like what we had before. Now the specs might be off, a little higher or something maybe, it seems. I am really not recalling. We didn't use the auto one very much. We had the big modded one that we used, the manual one that you had to fill. But size-wise, this looks like a pretty big size. So there you go on that right there. We'll jump up to crop protection. So you've got these two thingies, and both of them have the same option between standard and narrow. I'm not sure if one withers crops and the other doesn't. My guess is that probably this one wouldn't, the other one does. But I have not tested that, so don't quote me. This one doesn't have the option on it, but yeah, it is a bigger machine. So there you go, specs on that. And yeah, over here is 48.5, 27. Yeah, it looked like it was a lot bigger. Jumping back on mowers, the Big M has made its return, but it's the 450 here, and there are no options as far as tires or anything like that. I did test this yesterday, mowing, and works like what we're used to from the big M's that were in farming before, like 15 and 13 I think had it. There we go. Whoops, jumping down to front loaders. We've got the Kramer here. And there are some, okay, so all these telehandlers and skid steers and stuff, wheel loaders, they all have the same option, it seems. Between the Trelleborg, you get more of a tractor tire, and then you've got like a nice yard tire. Something that would be good also on the highway. Something, if you're going to keep around the biogas, as I said earlier. So that'll conclude front loaders. Wheel loaders, you've got this one that's going to be in. Again, there's probably going to be a lot of ones that are carried over that were in previously that'll be available via mod. But here's your different option. So Trelleborg, and actually, yeah, Michelin. Okay, there's your yard ones, no options. Michelin, no options. The Trelleborg, you have options. Twin wheels, which is going to work very good if you have a heavy load like logs that like to tip you from side to side. The narrow twins. Now, I don't know the point of these, but I'm venturing to guess that this has something to do with being the absolute maximum and still be able to be legal on the road. I'm just going out there on a limb because I honestly don't know what the big benefit. I mean, you are adding a foot to each side, but it looks like you're sticking a bicycle tire on there. So if you know the actual reason and you're sure on that, go ahead and comment below. I'd be interested to find out. I was going to look it up, but I hadn't. But yeah, there's that option right there. And that clearly, I'm sure, would not be legal on any highway. That's pretty wide. So there's the New Holland there. Jumping out to telehandlers. Going down through the telehandler list. We'll click on this one here, the Manatu. Again, 2 different options there. I think this one's going to be the same, yeah. So, oh, this one doesn't have the option at all. Okay, so that'll cover telehandlers. Skid steer loaders. I can tell you that the view is identical in both of them. So the forestry one here, you do not have to worry about having the glass being blocked anymore. I don't think there was any options on either of these. So that's what you got. And again, not talking game-wise, but real life-wise, my dad runs one of these, and I've driven it many times, and it is very nice. He's got the larger model that they make. But so there's that. Vehicles. Okay. Vehicle-wise, can choose your color. Got the little pickup. Looks like a mix between a Mazda, like a B200 or something, and a Datsun. But there it is. And you can obviously do the colors. And on the newer pickup, you can do the rim colors. So you can paint your... we keep going back to that. But if you wanted to have a John... Whoops. I guess I have that all backwards here. Yeah, main colors. So those are kind of flip-flopped. There, you can have your John Deere truck. If you have collector edition, which I've been told is not even available in the United States, you're gonna get the Gator, and there's nothing to change on there, but the John Deere Gator is in the game for the collector's edition. Again, it might not be available in North America, but then you've got the Retriever, and I think these are for pre-ordering. No options here, but the limited edition one here is a different color. And the difference between nearly double the highway speed, 31 versus 60. So this one's a lot faster. And then last but not least, yeah, we've got these 2 machines here. This was the bigger picker-upper one that I was talking about earlier that's in here. That was in the Ropa DLC. And then we have a forklift, so we don't have to get a modded one anymore. Nothing to change. What I would like to say is the view is very good. When you're sitting here, you can easily see when your forks are all the way up high. You can look right up and see exactly what you're doing. So this thing is very easy to use. Okay, so there was all the engine stuff. Now we're going to move over to the trailers, and there may be different options as far as tires go. I haven't even looked at, so you have a couple of different, depending on what you like. Can kind of build up a lot of these, which is going to be, look at that, you got a flatbed option. So we probably won't be able to cover all these, but it'll give you kind of an idea. Again, if there's something specifically you want to see, I would encourage you to come over to the channel and ask. What is this? Design? Oh my god, the decals. It's funny. Okay, so try to scroll like this so you all can see what they're all good for. And we're going to skip through some of these. Curiosity's got me. I want to kind of see. But yeah, it looks like as we get farther down, it's mainly tires. And Curiosity has me again. Okay. There's that. What about this one? So it seems like as we get farther down, it's mainly turning into tires. Cover. Oh, okay. You can opt to have a cover, which can be turned on and off, or taken on and off, usually with hitting N, this one would fold and unfold. So a little fancier there. This one here, you can do different colors. I'll show those in a minute. I want to do that on the... Actually, let's just look at this real quick. Okay, you got black and white. All right. What about wheels? I keep jumping back. What is this design color? Oh, the cover. Okay. The cover. So, going down the line, got that one. And the Wilson is the last one at 60,000 liters. Now this one, you can order it in a few different ways. You can get white, stainless steel, black, or pewter. There's the pewter. Kind of helps to get the light shining on it. There's the black. And there's the stainless steel. This thing really shimmers out in the sunlight. It looks kind of black in here, but it's very chromy looking outside. And it looks, yeah, I mean, it basically does. It looks like stainless steel. So that's going to be your different choices on the trailers. Some of the different choices. Going down to the auger wagons, there may be a lot of customizations in some of these, but for, again, the sake of this video and time, I'll jump to the big one that everybody's been asking about. This one here can have additions to it to haul more grain. So you can see that going from 46, 56 to 70. There's the options on those. And I don't know, just for giggles, well, yeah, so it looks like tires. Whoop, there we go. This one here is, oh, okay, so some of these can go to the tracked versions and so on. Crawler track, wide tires. There you go. I like how they bounce. Okay, so headers. Going through each one of these headers. And most of them, I don't think there's any options other than the AGCO. Here, we'll just look at that. You can do the stickers. Different decals. I call them stickers, but John Deere doesn't have any for good reason. Yeah, jumping down Case IH. One thing I'd like to point out too is the Case IH and the New Holland have wheels. The John Deere does not, and you will definitely need to have a trailer for that. So you want to keep that in mind when you get to, getting the AGCO is over here, 12 meters versus 13.7 on the John Deere Case and the New Holland. Again, that's something to keep in mind as you're making all your choices. Corn headers, you've got different ones here. And the way that it's laid out now should be convenient for people. Like if you had to go with the Capello, which is going to be the big daddy, right? 12 meters, 9 meters. So we'll be able to come in here and get our Case IH to have it match exactly to the tractor, or the Fendt. You go with the Jet if you're going to go with the AGCO. And then, of course, John Deere, so that this thing will match exactly to your John Deere. So those are going to be probably welcome pink colors if you're OCD like me and you want it to get, the exact match. I think that's pretty much it on the headers, corn headers. So we'll go down to the forage harvesting. I don't think there's any options on these, so we'll kind of zip through them. I am interested since we use that. Nope, nothing there. Again, pause the video if you need to. Okay, no options on that. Then we're going to go down to potato technology. Different potato thingies. Not sure what we have with the Ropa being a little bit more fresh. There's no options on that, so gives you an idea. Beet technology. Probably a few things with the Ropa in here that we haven't seen, except for in the DLC last time, but there you go. Sugarcane technology. A lot of people have been asking about sugarcane. Here you go with these trailers. Now you might notice that these trailers are kind of neat because you can take one of these, not this one. You can take this one and hook it onto your truck, and then you can pull that other trailer behind doing one of these. And pulling those two together, you're going to actually get, 66.5 times 2. So you're going to have quite a bit, 132 or whatever, 133,000 you could haul. But the thing is that you're probably noticing is you're limited on what you can haul. And I do apologize because I know what some of these things are, like maybe wood chips, and you maybe got silage or something, and you have sugarcane stuff. But some of these, I'm honestly confused a little bit myself. So, you know, you're not going to be able to do wheat and barley. I don't see those on there. So do keep that in mind. Cotton technology. This is new to the game. So there you go. Haul a bale on there, or get the lizard and haul 2 bales. Now I'm wondering, again, I don't grow up in the South. I didn't grow up in the South, rather. I've lived there and seen some cotton farming, but I'm wondering if this was modeled on a real life thing, because there's quite a bit of detail on this. Look at those tracks back there, and this will be something that we're going to be doing this weekend. And it looks like, yeah, it goes on to a truck there. So there's your cotton technology. Plows will go through. Supposedly these things get wear and tear on them now. Got the biggest one here, and can choose the different moldboards. See if we can get a little bit better view on that. There you go. So there's your different options there. Some have it, some don't, it looks like. Yeah, this one does. So a few different choices there. Cultivators. Here we go on cultivators. Flex coil, part of the big bud. It's in the game. It's got a pretty big working area there. And then the bender. We ran this one on our Dusty Cove. Always had a good time with it. Disc harrows, or discs as we call them. Here we go. We got these different ones here. And I don't think there's any options. Yeah, so it looks like they are as they are. Power harrows. Run these by the PTO. Okay. There's your options there. Subsoilers. We've got subsoilers. Subsoilers galore. If you use them, the big guy down here, the Bedner. There you go. And there's no options on that one. The Cultiplow Platinum 8 meter. Again, no options there. Okay, going down the list here to Cedars. Jumping through all the Cedars here again. Agro, Stara. I'd like to look and see if some of these have any different options. I'm not sure what options they give us. Pause the video if you need to. The Amazon, boy, that thing's been in all the farming, hasn't it? Like all of them, I think, so far. Maybe it was a mod last time. I think it was a mod in 17. Could be wrong. We used it. We had it. Great Plains. And the air carts for them. I'm sure the air carts have some options. Yep, tires. I think we had that in 17 as well. Could be mistaken, but here you go. Different choices there on our Cedars, planters. Okay, so you've got all your corn and your root crops. There you go. Don't see any choices between the different machines. Crop protection. Again, the sprayers that are not self-propelled. And I'm wondering if some of these will have tire options. Just because, nope, they don't. Okay, so there's the difference there. And I do apologize if I'm going a little bit fast. There's just a lot to cover here. We've got the, fertilizer here. These have some options. Extensions. Gives you about 3,000. Tires. And what kind of spreader do you want? The discs or these guys? Now, you're going to go from 12 meters basically to 18. So it's basically just putting the discs out on arms. So for not too much more money, you're going to be able to cover a little bit more with them. Yeah, this one is a smaller unit. Oh, okay. So they actually do that one a little different. And this one's got a cover. Oh, okay, narrow tires. So yeah, you don't have to worry about withering crops. Those are going to be good choices. The tires on this one suck. No, I'm kidding. There aren't any tires. 3-point. So jumping back. Remember I said I can't give my opinion. Manure Spreader. Here we go. Got the different manure spreaders. These may or may not have options. We'll look at one or two of them here. Let's just choose this guy. There you go. Big old fatty fats. Holy cow, now that's fat. What about this one? Yeah. So just different tire design. A little bit of an extension. Brings you up a few thousand as far as your poo-poo that you can haul. So there was that. Slurry tanks. Boy, we could probably get into these too with a bunch of options and things. But tires. It looks like it's always coming down to tires. Lots of tires. Narrow tires. So it looks like if you are worried about, you know, withering everything. Oh, there you go. Many of you are probably freaking out about the color of that. Standard and wide. Okay. Whoops. And we're going a little fast here. I'll slow down. Going through, I think we've seen those. Probably stop and spend a minute more on this one. Since it's a big guy. Got the Nokian. Okay, yep. So, and then, so you got each one of those tire brands. So that'll give you the rundown on slurry. That leads us to the weeders. Gotta get rid of those weeds. Gotta get rid of those weeds. Coming up to mowers. Now again, self-propelled was the big M, other category. This is the non-self-propelled. And I don't know if there's anything you can do here or not. No, none of them do. Okay. So those are the mowers that go on 3-point. Tedders. Probably no options. Tedders or tedders. Rakes or windrowers, depending on where you're from. Go through here. And the merger that was part of the Coon DLC is now in the game in Farming 19. There you go. And we got to jump down the list here without getting confused. So, yeah. So we're at the towards the end of the list here. Loading wagons. There's just so much to cover. It's not a bad thing though, right? Different things you can do here. I said at the start of the video I wasn't going to look at every single thing, but it's kind of hard not to. If you're a big fan of machinery like me, you just want to look at things. And we did buy a lot of this in our Twitch stream. You can catch the VOD where we went in and bought so much of this stuff and kind of tested it out to see what it looks like. There's an extension. Okay. So that gives you an idea on each of the loading wagons, baling. There is no round bale, automatic round bale picker-upper. But you can have loading left, right on here. Gonna have to choose. Can't have them both. And this guy, I don't think there's anything on the wrapper. So there's your baling technology. Chainsaws are chainsaws. They all, you know, they look different, sound a little different, do the same thing. Same price. Forestry equipment. A lot of this is carried over from 17. I don't think most of this is going to have options. Except tires. Tires again. Jump into animals. So you got the milk trailers, and I'm not sure. Yeah, you've got chrome, stainless, and then you've also got the black, which I think is what we just seen. And then the chrome. Oh, the chrome is what we saw first, but it's going to look chrome outside. So it's kind of dark in the shop. You get this outside, it's going to look like a mirror. Like it kind of does in that picture there. So same thing on this guy here. Okay. So there's your different options. On the milk trailer, you do have to haul your milk. Animal transport. I don't think there's anything other than color on most of these. We'll check. Nope, nothing there. Color is the color even. A silver star, and this silver. Rim color. So if you want your John Deere rims. Okay. So that'll cover the animal hauling trailers. Levelers. There you go. We've also got the front end loaders. John Deere is always going to be John Deere. Everything else can be painted John Deere if you wanted to. Or obviously, you know, with the other tractors, you can do what you're going to do. Or you can have your breast cancer awareness loading arm. So different options there. As far as the tools, they can be colored as well. So you can get them all to match. Buckets can be colored. There you go. Never lose that in the weeds, will ya? Color. So if you have multiple farms, you'll be able to do coloring now. Camouflage it and never find it when you're looking for it, or have it stand out like a sore thumb. So there you go, different options. Okay, that was front loaders. Wheel loaders. Okay, different things that they can haul. And I do apologize, I just realized going through, I may have not shown the different things because I was using my mouse instead of my arrow keys. So there you go on the front loaders, the wheel loaders. Telehandlers are going to kind of be the same thing. Okay. These ones, interestingly enough, cannot be colored. I'm wondering if the wheel loaders can be. Nope. Only front loaders and skid steer. This brand anyway. Okay, you can do the two colors. That manufacturer must only allow or have them offered in those two colors. So it's kind of just going to go through here and look at the different things for skid steer. The stump grinder, I'm sorry, the stump cutter, the tree cutter rather, for the skid steer. A couple of different ones to choose from, and then the stump grinders and so on. Oh, this would be the stump grinder, yep. So there we go. Getting all confused. There you go. That'll cover that. The dolly. I actually wanted to know if you could do double, but no, it looks like it's just single. Two choices. Low loaders, there's the one. And you could have your pink that you all are crazy about if you wanted it. So jumping down to header trailer, we've got different header trailers probably that are made for the different models. Maybe there's some customization, maybe not, but I'm not seeing anything. Color matches your John Deere to haul your John Deere. Okay, weights are interesting. Excuse me. You've got these egg cozy, you can color anything you want to. You've also got the sewer that you can do the same thing if you want them to match your Fendt. Then you've got the John Deere that is a John Deere. So those are the choices, and then going through the different weights. Interestingly enough, the heaviest John Deere is the 1800. The Fendt down here can be colored to look like a John Deere weight, and that's the heaviest weight in the whole game at 3300. So I don't know how you'll feel about having a Fendt on your John Deere. It wouldn't bother me, especially when you could paint it. And I like to just go black on my weights no matter what they are anyways. But there you go. For you to decide. And yeah, these can all be colored too. So, belt systems. Don't think there's any customization. Maybe tires. Maybe not. So yeah, there's the different options on there. No options as far as these go, but the different conveyors that we're used to using. And then you have this right here, which is going to be your trailer for hauling fuel. And you can do the lizards or the Nokian, and that'll make it look like that. And you've got the color, so if you want to do diesel, probably going to want to choose kind of a diesel color like Fendt Classic. Actually, it'd be a little darker, wouldn't it? Not olive. I'm not finding the green for diesel, but it's more of like a dark green. I guess you could do olive. It's kind of diesel. So you could paint that up and do it however you want. This little guy here, any tractor that doesn't have a 3-point will now have the ability to use 3-point stuff. Just use this gizmo. And then you've got the meadow roller. So basically you can roll out your fields. Just roll them out. If you don't want the field texture, get rid of it right in game. You don't have to go in the Giants editor. You pull it, hooking it up to here down the road, and when you get out there, you lower it, unhook, come over here. This will be folded down. You hook up to that. The wheels go up, and you just pull it like it looks. You roll. So there's basically everything in the implement, and there's a lot of stuff. So the big bags, you've got pig food, the horse food, chicken food, seed big bag, solid fertilizer big bag, lime big bag, and that is it. As far as these go, you can click on them and look at them. There are no options. Jumping back out, you will go to pallets now, and you can select your pallets for fertilizer. No options. Herbicide, pallet saplings. I'm just curious. I haven't looked to see if there's options. Poplar saplings, sugarcane, and I don't think, yeah, there's no options there as well. Bales now. This is something we used to have to use a mod. Now it's built into the game. So you have your wheat or straw bales, your hay bales, round bale silage, round bale wheat or straw, round bale hay. And if you click on these, you can select how many you want. So that's how that's going to work in Farming 19. Same with the square bale. You can do 8, which is what'll fit on a trailer. And then you can take off and head out with it. Actually, you can fit 16, can't you? I'm having a brain fart, but you can do 2 of these, buy them in, they'll pop down right at the store. So when you start out and you don't have this stuff and you need to feed your animals, you're not producing it, it's going to be here for you, which should be a very good thing for us. Now, as far as animal pens, again, come over to Twitch stream and I'd love to show you these. There's quite a few choices here. You've got the dog house. When you put that down, you get a dog. Imagine that. You've got basically 2 pens for each animal type, a small and a large. The smalls are just called the chicken or the cow, horse, whatever. The large are called the large chicken coop. So there's the small, and this is how many animals that it fits, 100. 400 chickens in the large. Cows, small, is going to give you 50. The large is 200. Horse is going to give you 8 in the small, 16 in the large. 100 pigs in the small, 300 pigs in the large. You've got 80 sheep in the small, 250 sheep in the large. And that's the max that you can put. And from what I have found, you can only have 1 or 2, sometimes only 1, sometimes 2 of these per farm. Now, I don't know how it's going to play out in multiplayer, but there is a limited number of these that you can have in the game. It'll tell you need to get rid of one to place another one. So those are the animal placeables. The miscellaneous, you've got the pressure washer, the vehicle workshop, the placeable wood chipper, and the water station to get water, kind of replacing that water tower that we used to have. Again, you can come over to the Twitch stream. I'll show these and what they all look like. I'll have a video coming soon showing me placing all these things down. So the grain silo is going to be the small one here. Then you have the large one. The difference is 100,000 versus 200. And then you have the large silo extensions. Now, I don't know if you can add these next to this, but the way these work is they have to be placed within range of your large grain silo. Again, I don't know about small, but the large one, and you can put 3 of them, for instance. So you'll have 200 in the main silo. These that are nearly the same size physically, they're smaller but almost as big. They hold 100, so if I put 3 of them, I'd have 500,000. And they give you a pretty good radius to place them, so you could probably put 20 of these things down for all I know. And then you have the hayloft. The bunker silo, small, medium, large. Again, I did these on the Twitch stream, and I'll try to get that video up here as soon as I can. The small double, silo, the medium. You've got the large double, and each one of these smalls, you can, as long as the terrain's pretty close, you can actually line these up, and they actually snap grid, so they'll connect, and you can put 3, 4, 5 of these together. If you have a flat area, you could put however many until the terrain gets unlevel, and it'll tell you that it can't place it, and you need to move it a little bit. So these can be connected, and you can make a very nice, huge silage area. And again, from what I found, they seem to kind of snap together so that if you have OCD like me and you get in there, they'll be all nice and lined up. Again, I did that on a Twitch stream. The sandcastle, probably the highlight of Farming 19. $200, you can have a little sandcastle. The farm barn, garage, hut, the shack, shed, stable, storage, trailer, the old barn. Yes, this is the meth lab as I call it. But you have all of these buildings. From what I've experienced, none of them you can go in. They are literally decoration as they're in the category, and you cannot enter them. You cannot really use them other than maybe this one. You could probably put like a pallet or a couple pallets under there or something maybe. But that's up for you to decide. Sheds, you've got 3 of them from easysteelsheds.com. All right. So it looks like you have small, medium, and large. This is actually more like it. You kind of have this smaller one here. This one's kind of the same type, kind of a little bit larger. This thing doesn't look very big in the picture, but it's a pretty huge, deep shed when you get it in the game. So again, I'll show all that stuff when I can get that video up. And then you've got the farmhouse. You can only have 1 farmhouse per farm, so if you're on single player, you'll only be allowed to have 1 of these. And yes, you can go inside of it. There is a room, and it's a place that you can travel. So again, I don't want to get into all the placeables right now because it'll take a lot of time and make this video extremely long. I will take that I've already done over on Twitch, probably bring it over to YouTube for you all. But do make sure you join us over on Twitch, because that's where you can come and ask a lot of questions, and we can take a look at a lot of things together. Also, before you go, do make sure you join our Discord, because that's where you're going to find out about all the happenings going on around the community. We've got a great group of people, so come and join us there. All the other important links are down below. On your way out, make sure you hit the subscribe button and check the notifications on so you know exactly when we go ahead and post more videos. I will do my best to get as much content out to you all in as timely of a fashion as I can. Trying to juggle YouTube and Twitch at the same time. So I do appreciate the support. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hope to see you over on Twitch. Until next time, take care.